Hi there, this is TJ. I'm coming to you from GoFigureNews.com, and today we just got in this very special figure just released this week from NECA, and this of course is the God of War 3, otherwise known as Kratos, and he's a warrior. This comes from their line Player Select. And this is from PlayStation and Sony. It is a officially licensed figure. Now, I already took a look inside, so I'm going to open this up, and it is a Velcro packaging so that you can take a look at what is inside. This is the back of the box first. And this is the side, so you can see some poses that you can put Kratos in. So let's open the box. Check it out. You can see the sort of Leonardo sort of drawing here. And inside there are two Blades of Athena, two Nemean Cestus, which are those lion-like heads that Kratos carries on his arms. There he has the boots of Hermes, and the figure comes with two interchangeable heads. So there are two expressions that you can look at. He has 31 points of articulation, which is truly incredible for any action figure, and we think that there's no other company that's sort of meeting the level of flexibility, posability than NECA. They do an incredible job. Now, some of the questions for these figures are: will the joints last? Are they secure? Do they become brittle over time? And sure, with any small figure, that is going to be an issue. We think that NECA has started to truly get it right, and the details on this figure are pretty incredible. So we're going to take a look inside, but I want to give you a little bit of information. The product development, as usual, is Randy Falk. The sculpture, packaging, and photography is all by Neo Bauhaus Studios. Now, I haven't seen their name on the packaging in the past, and I can tell you that the packaging here and the figure is crazy beautiful. I have been waiting for this figure for some time. This is, in fact, not a game I've played, but it comes to life in figure form. I also, if you've been out there looking at different figures, you may have seen Funko released some of their pop vinyl figures in the visage of Kratos. The paint on this figure is by John Wardell and Jeffrey Trapp. Now, they've been involved in the background of the makings of these figures in the past. You can get more information about the game at simply godofwar.com. In the end, there will only be chaos. Let's take a look inside Kratos God of War, the Ultimate Edition action figure. Okay, so this is what he looks like in the plastic case. So he's very well protected. You've got the two Nemean Cestus, the two blades, the figure, the secondary head sculpt, and this shield. Here is Kratos. Now, wow, this is pretty intense. He has got so much detail, I don't even know where to begin. These boots have wings, and they're made of sort of a soft rubbery material, which makes for good flexibility. We have the arm sculpts that have these chains and wrist cuffs and handcuffs We've got a bloodied shoulder armor. You've got, of course, the signature body paint on the figure. So you've got that stripe, which is kind of infamous. And this kilt sort of piece in a sort of a dark maroon with gold and emblematic, sort of almost Egyptian signature style. Now I really like that a lot, and the gold appears. Usually when gold is used or metallic paints, it kind of looks cheesy. Here it looks really nice, worn brass feel to it. The facial expression is incredible. He's got this little sort of pointy goatee, and he definitely has a lot of flexibility. Let's check out the knees here. Okay, so he can almost do sort of a little bit of a chant dance. Very, very bulky, muscular, masculine figure. On the back, there is a little place where you can put a weapon. If you like, you can put one of the swords there. There is also here, I want you to take a look at the back so you can see what the figure looks like. We'll do a 360. Okay. So you can get an idea of the sculpt and the profile, the front again, and then the other side. And we'll have Kratos look over towards you. He's a rough and tough character. He's quite a gladiator. Now here is his other head sculpt. So I want you to take a look at his head sculpt, and let's see how easy it is to pop this on and off. Oh, okay. The head popped right off. So here is a headless Kratos. Okay. And here is Kratos with the other head sculpt. I personally like this one where he's doing a scary grimace, but this one is pretty stern and pretty interesting in and of itself. He's got the scarage on his face. On this secondary one, he's got a vein popping out on the side of his head, which I think is kind of cool. So it shows you his kind of like his energy. And I love the way that they made the skin. They finished the skin in such a way that it looks as though it's almost stone-like. It's got this sort of gray, mottled effect. As you can see, Kratos has a lot of flexibility, a lot of articulation, and a lot of detail. One of the accessories that we really like are these Nemean Cestus. Now, they are similar to some really old-fashioned door knockers, very, very scary, lion-esque, saber-toothed wildness, done with a really cool paint job that looks something between maybe kind of a tarnished bronze and stone. So he can wear these right on his arms. So let's see how these go on here. These snap right on, and they look really cool when they're on his hands. So let's check this out here. And even with these like metal sort of elements on his arms, they go on. Now there is a little bit of a weight to them, so when you are posing the figure, you're probably going to have to make a lot of manipulations. One thing that I noticed that was kind of cool, and I haven't seen this in many figures, is the ends of the toes actually flex. So they built in, if you look on the bottom, they built in this little swivel between the toes and the top of the sandal. So there's that flexibility, which I've actually not seen that over the years. So, but this is a very exquisite design. They've even made attention to, for instance, underneath this kilt, there are bandages that kind of look like he's wearing kind of a cloth tied around his upper thighs, and it's in the same color as his skin practically. So there's sort of not much of a delineation designer-wise, but in terms of the way in which it appears, you when you're looking closer at the figure, you can see that detail has been paid attention to. So there we have the Nemean Cestus. Now these can turn around while they're on his arms. One of the things to point out, however, is these are actually quite pointy. They have, so when you're, these are made more for adult collectors than they are for kids, but there are lots of aged people who play the game and who will likely buy the figure. So just be very careful when handling these particular objects, because they have these winged points all the way around. And they actually, it's not that it hurts, but if you catch it the wrong way, you could probably get a little tiny cut. They are made of kind of a, not a semi-soft rubbery plastic. So they're not quite as soft as these feathers or the kilt, but I would just keep that in mind when you're handling these particular objects. Another one of the additions is this shield right here. Now this is an arm shield, and there is a slot where you will place it right here on the armband. So I'm so excited to have had the opportunity to take a closer look at Kratos, God of War 3, and NECA has really pulled out all the stops this time. We give this figure a high 8 on a scale from 1 to 10. I'm TJ from Go Figure News. We'll see you next time right here.